computer. You
You want
got
me
it.
to get started?
Yep.
All right. Happy July 1st. Look at all these smiling faces. Welcome, everyone. This is our monthly mastermind for the Innovate Ambassadors team. Got this new graphic right here. I hope you enjoy that. Thank you, AI. We have a lot to cover tonight. We've got some great product training, some business training, a lot of recognition, some announcements. So let's just get into it. And this should take about 40 minutes, and we get together once a month just to break some bread together, to laugh a little bit, to learn a little bit, rub elbows, try to sharpen the axe, so we can be successful in our business and, of course, in life too. So let's go to the next. Let me get this full screen. 1 second. There we go. Real quick disclaimer. Individual results will vary. Pretty simple. Any product we discuss is not designed to diagnose, treat, cure, prevent any disease. And we're all independent associates. That takes us to our agenda. This is what we're going to cover tonight. We have a team overview, welcome, some announcements, recognition, and then we're going to do our product training and business training and then wrap this up. These are our next two webinars. The next one is August 5th, followed by September 2nd, and we do these on the first Wednesday of every month. This is our updates and announcements. I'm going to turn it over to the International Presidential Ruby Diamond Pearl Galactic Ambassador Landy Martin. Landy, go ahead.
Do you have slides for me, or is
I got all kinds of slides.
Oh, okay.
All the ones I showed you.
Okay, awesome. Okay. Oh, perfect. All right, next slide. Okay, so guys, we just got back from our lifestyle event. It was so amazing. So many amazing people there. We got some new scoop, right? So the next lifestyle event is going to be in January, and the qualifying time is going to be from September to November. Okay, so we've got 90 days, or wait, is that just 2 months? September to November.
No, September, October, November, 3
Oh,
months.
okay, it is 90 days. Help me. It takes a team, right, Chuck? Okay, so, and then we're going to be doing an Asia Pacific lifestyle event in June, July, somewhere around in there. And we're going to talk about how you can qualify for that. Now, there's going to be more updates. I don't want to take too much time on this call. Tomorrow night, we're going to do a Coach's Corner update. So if you want more on what you missed at Lifestyle, get on that call. We'll talk more about that. Okay, we do have some new leadership pins. I'm so excited about this. It's going to put us more in line with like the rest of the network marketing industry, guys. Lots of changes being made. We're going global. So we're kind of revamping a lot of stuff. And our new website, we got a sneak peek of our new website at Lifestyle, and it is mind-blowing. So nice. You can do all of it in any language, and it's just amazing. Y'all are going to be blown away with the new stuff. Okay, next one. And okay, so November 8th and 9th, for those that want to mark your calendars, we're going to be doing a facility walkthrough in Salt Lake City at the 3 warehouses that we have in Salt Lake City. So if you haven't met Dr. K, he's going to be there, and you'll meet Katie. And then we get a walkthrough and we get to see all the equipment and, learn and talk about what all it does. It's really great, and you also get a Q&A with Dr. Kleinsmith. You can ask him anything you want, new products, just basically any questions that you want. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. We got more information coming about that. Oh, and also during that weekend, we're going to be doing a training. Kelly Reese is going to be training on how to recruit practitioners into your business. So that should be good. Okay. And look at all the Moo Crew people. Now, not everybody's on there yet with their little Moo Crew, but y'all were sweeping the leaderboard. So huge shout out to our team there. And I know Samantha Meisner was in #1 on the recruiting side yesterday. But it's always cool to see our team. We always are in the top, 1-3 spots and in the money on the customer and sometimes the recruiting side as well. So just huge shout out to everybody on these boards. You want me to keep going? Okay,
Just
and
for
this
this one,
is
yeah.
our cruise. This is going to be our cruise. Now, this is not an Innovate sponsored event, but it's an event we do as a team. So if you're interested in that, go to simplesuccessteam.com right there and click on cruise information. All the information's right there. Double occupancy. It's so much per person. I think it's like $1,200 a person if you want a balcony ocean view. But if you want an inside room, I think it's $900. But that's 8 days. That's 4 stops. We're stopping in, I think, I know British Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands, the Bahamas, and one more, Dominican Republic. So should be good. Okay.
All right. Well, thank you, Landy. I'm gonna take over from here for a minute. This is our team overview. I like to share this slide every month, just kind of give people a view of the 30,000 foot. So we've been in the Innovate for 25 months, just over 2 years now. And as of this evening, as of about 3 hours ago, we were up to 4,812 team members, which is pretty amazing. 1,474 associates and 3,338 customers. And this is the only company I've ever been in 20 plus years that has this many customers, which I really find fascinating. You should always have a lot more customers than you do associates. And what's really neat is as we've been here this 2 years, this ratio just keeps getting bigger and bigger from customers to associates, which is what you want. And probably by the 4 or 5 year mark, it'll probably be like 10 to 1 is my guess, which is the ultimate. That takes us to our recognition. So I have an updated wall of fame, and what I'm going to start doing every month going forward is the people that I added this month, they're going to be on the first slide. So these are the new additions since last month. I just want to share some of these. We've got Jennifer, we've got Lori, we've got Samantha, we have Bonnie, we have Spencer, all ranking up. I want to give all of them a big shout out for ranking up. And then we have all these other amazing people that have achieved success here with Innovate. And if you see someone on here more than once, it's just for a different rank. We like to just give everybody a moment of glory. I try to get everybody on here. I do the best I can. Almost done this, just like showing everybody's smiling face.
It's amazing, you guys. We've had 100 and I don't know, 120, 130 rank ups. We've been here 2 years.
Been a lot.
So rock star team we have. Look at this.
We're still going.
Woo! Go team. I can hear the crowd cheering in the back.
Yeah, one day this could be like a 45-minute webinar in and of itself, just which would be pretty cool. All right, that takes us to our Directors Club. These are folks who made director and above. If your name is on there, I want to give you a shout out. If you want to be on there, I give you a shout out. You got this. It's not a competition. It's not a race. Do the best that you can. And if it takes you 3 years to get there, if it takes you 5 years to get there, if it takes you a month to get there, just do the best you can. Because when you get there, you know it can be done, and then you can show other people how to do it. So great job, everyone who made this list. That takes us to our shout out corner. I'm going to turn it back over to Landy real quick for the shout out corner.
Well, I just saw on that list and I thought of Dr. Ivy Pruce, and I think she's on the call, is so close to senior director. So you guys cheer her on, root her on. Also, we had Spencer, National Associate. We have so many people getting close to that director mark. And that's where your business gets really a lot more solid and you start getting that lifestyle bonus and you just, it starts becoming a little more consistent and reliable. So keep going and pushing up that hill because, it does get better. Okay, guys? Yeah, but shout out to everybody on this call right now. You guys are all rock stars.
Thank you, Landy. That takes us to our training. And we're going to start tonight with our product training. Y'all can see I'm messing around with AI a little bit. I had it make this slide for me of Landy with the Flex 6, which is pretty cool. But Landy's going to do some product training tonight on one of our amazing products, the Flex 6. Landy's the International Galactic Quadruple Diamond Ruby director. And take it away, Landy.
He always makes up the ranks for me. I love it. Guys, Flex 6 I love. I've been working out. I go twice a week. I do HIIT and hardcore lifting. And Flex with recovery, and I didn't even think about this, but Dr. K told me, he's like, pop two before you go in, like 30 minutes before you go in, and then pop them as you're heading out the door to your car. The zinc that's in that is really going to help with recovery. But let's talk a little bit about it. So it's got our Innovate 6-hour certified colostrum in it. So it's going to support, that's also going to, as we know, support, muscle, joints, tissue, help us recover a lot faster. So we've got the joint support and mobility, healthy joints, flexibility. It's great for athletes, you guys, but it's also great for active adults or really just anybody who wants to stay active as they age. So even older people who get out and walk, all of that. Colostrum, naturally contains growth factors and bioactive compounds. It's going to support muscle repair and maintenance. Can be a valuable addition to anybody who's doing any type of strength training or fitness routine. It's going to help you maintain an active lifestyle. It's designed, I said, like for more than athletes, right? Beneficial for walkers, runners, golfers, pickleball players, anybody doing anything. Flex 6 focuses on the full cycle, movement, recovery, and long-term mobility. And think of people as far as who to share this with. I feel like this is such a great product, and we kind of forget about it. But who do you know that wants to keep doing the things that they love to do? Whether that's working out, playing with their grandkids, hiking, whatever. And think of those people, and those would be the people that you would prospect for this. So, of course, it has our colostrum 6 in it, right? And that's got the bioactive compounds, peptides, immunoglobulins, and naturally occurring growth factors, supporting exercise and activity, supporting muscle repair, tissue health. Like I said, the recovery is so much better when I take these. Has B6 in there, and that's going to help boost mood and brain health. B6 is vital for creating neurotransmitters like serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, which regulate emotions and sleep. And adequate levels can actually help reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety, according to Mayo Clinic and National Institutes of Health. And I just want to put out there, we're not making any medical claims, we're just citing some studies. Also, B6 helps prevent anemia and supports immune and nervous system. Lastly, I want to talk a little bit about zinc. It's also in this formulation. It supports the development and function of immune cells, protects the body from viruses and bacteria, and also assists in repairing any damaged tissue, building proteins, and creating new cells. It also assists in DNA synthesis and growth and is essential for cell division, DNA creation, and supporting rapid growth during childhood or pregnancy. So great for skin health as well, you guys. Zinc is so awesome. It also has creatine and magnesium, just another amazing formulation by Dr. K, the one and only. And it's not just about joints and muscles. Remember, it's just about staying active. So think of people that just want to continue living happy lives. Okay, that's all I got, Chuck. Back to you.
Thank you. Great training as always. Let's keep this party rolling. This is our getting started steps. Once again, I'm playing around with AI. I took the little slide we had. I tried to make it into something fancy. What's really great about Innovate, one of my favorite things, is that everything you need to get started is right in your back office. The most important thing on this slide right here is to get with one of the coaches. Get with one of the coaches, get your questions answered, get your products ordered, try a couple products out, get plugged in, and follow the steps on this slide right here. It's also in our Facebook group. If you need to take a picture of this, feel free to take a picture of this. Let's keep it rolling. These are the company income coaches. Think of an income coach just basically as a mentor or a coach that you can plug into 100% free. They're a subject matter expert. They have experience with the company. They know what they're doing, and they're willing to help you free of charge. And you can plug into any of these coaches. Of course, I recommend John and Landy, but you can reach out to any of these amazing people, and they will help you free of charge. So make sure you do that if you have not yet. Well, one more thing I want to add to this slide is, as you have new team members coming on, you'll find yourself sometimes your team won't listen to you. It's kind of like being a parent and you have kids, but that's why it's important to plug them into one of these coaches, because they're going to teach them the ropes to getting successful. So if you sponsor someone and maybe you just, maybe you have different values, you don't get along great, that's okay. You can still plug them into one of these coaches and they can know everything they need to be successful in the business, which is amazing. Company training modules, think of this as a Novate University. You can plug into any of these training modules in the back office, and it's going to teach you the ropes of building a business. Do not give yourself information overload. I do not recommend that to anyone. Pick maybe one of these and do one like every 3, 4, 5 days, even one a week until you feel comfortable. And then also what I recommend is after you've gone through all these modules, maybe 3, 4 months down the road, go through them one more time, and you'll probably pick up things that you missed the first time around. So Dr. K and the company team have put this together in place for us. Make sure you go through some of these training modules. You can see right here. These are your websites. You can also find this right in your back office in your dashboard. All you need to do is replace your number with the number that you see here. It's got them right in your back office. And I always tell people, make sure you send a website that is relevant to what you're talking to the person about. If you're talking about colostrum, send them the colostrum. If you're talking about weight loss, send them the weight loss one. If you're talking about the opportunity, send them the opportunity one. That's just going to help keep your prospect from getting information overload, and it's going to keep your message right on target. And one last thing, in case you're new to all this, once you have your number there, that link is tracked to you. So if they make a purchase, you become their enroller, their sponsor, so you don't have to worry about any of that. What we're going to do tonight is do a class on how to create momentum. I spent about 3 hours today getting ready for this class, so I hope it's going to be pretty good. But I have 2 slides I want to go through before we get into the training, because these kind of go hand in hand with building momentum. And the first thing I want to talk about is the emotional roller coaster. We're all emotional human beings. Some people are much more emotional than others, but we're all emotional. What's that mean? How we feel often dictates how we react to a situation. It often dictates what we do or what we don't do based on how we feel. So you have to realize you're going to go through a lot of emotions while you're building a business. It's kind of like dating. You know, you're excited at first, and it gets crazy, then it's boring, and then it's good, and then it's over. So you don't want that to happen to you in this business, but just realize you're going to go through emotions. And if you don't learn how to get a grip on your emotions, you're going to become an emotional roller coaster. And you're going to be like this. And I can speak from personal experience. I was like this for my first probably 10 years in the industry. I'd be up, I'd be down. Something good happened, I'd be back up. Something bad would happen, I'd be down. Mom canceled their auto ship, I'm down. Signed up a new rep, I'm up. Someone ranked up, I'm up. Someone quit, I'm down. You don't want to be emotionally attached to what other people do or don't do in the business. You want to focus on what you can control, and you want to keep a grip on your business. And realize this: think of yourself kind of like a farmer in this business, because that's really what we are. A farmer has seasons in their business. They have the planning and preparation season. They have the planting season. They have the growing season. They have the harvest season. And then they have the cleanup and rest season. Some of those seasons are more enjoyable and more productive than other seasons, but they have to go through all of those seasons to get the end result. And you're going to have to learn how to do that in this business too. And the next thing I want to teach you before we go into tonight's training is the stages of your business. Now, once you understand this, emotionally, it becomes a lot easier to become successful. Most people don't understand this. Most people join a company like this or an opportunity like this based on excitement. And that's okay. That's how we make a lot of our decisions in life. But you're not going to stay excited forever. It's kind of like dating. I love talking to someone who goes on a first date with someone and it went well. They're so pumped up. They're so excited. They think the person is perfect. A week goes by, maybe they still feel that way, maybe they don't. But eventually that excitement fades, and that's normal. That's normal in everything we do. Whenever we start something new, we're excited. In this business, for most people over the last 20, 23 years of doing this, almost 24 years, I've seen on average that initial excitement last anywhere from 30 days to 120 days. I've seen it last as little as 15 minutes, and I've seen it last over a year. But the excitement, the initial excitement is always going to go away at some point. You have to be prepared for that. You have to know that up front, because what most people do is when they're no longer excited, they stop working, and that's not a good thing. So that's the first phase in your business, and how long you're going to be in that phase, only you can answer. It's different for everybody on this call tonight. The second phase is the middle mile, and this is where most people give up. Most people never make it past this phase in network marketing. What is the middle mile? I like to think of it as everything in your business is based around what you're doing. You might not have a lot of duplication. Maybe there's not a lot of people joining your team. Maybe your income is just based on what you're doing. Maybe there's not other people showing up to meetings on your team. Maybe there's not a lot of people in your team sponsoring people. This is a normal phase. For some people, this phase can last a few months. For other people, you might be in this phase for a couple of years. That's perfectly normal. And it's important to understand that when you're building a business like this, the hardest work is building the foundations, just like building a skyscraper. When you build a skyscraper, they can spend 3, 4, 5, 6 years building the foundation of a skyscraper. The rest of the skyscraper can go up in a year or less, because they have to build a deep, strong foundation that goes all the way down to bedrock. That's exactly how this business works. What's your foundation? It's sponsoring enough people until you have a few serious people. That's the middle mile. How long is that going to take? It's different for everybody. Some do it quick. Some do it in a year or two, and a lot of people would give up and throw in the towel before they get to this point. The third stage, which is what we're going to focus 100% after this, and this is just kind of painting the picture with you. If this is helping someone, put heck yeah in the comment. I want to make sure I'm not putting you to sleep. But the momentum phase is the exciting phase in your business. And as I mentioned a minute ago, most people never make it to this stage because they don't stick around long enough to make it this stage. I've never met anyone who is in momentum after a month or two. For most people, it's going to take anywhere from 6 months to about 30 months for most people, depending on your activity level. If you're all in working this around the clock, it's going to probably be much sooner. If you're doing this very part-time, a couple hours a week or a couple hours a month, it's going to take a lot longer because your activity level isn't at that point yet. But your momentum phase is when leaders start to identify themselves on your team. People are joining your team even if you didn't sign up someone that day. Someone else is sponsoring people. In fact, lots of people are doing a little bit and a few people are doing a lot. Your check is growing every month. Your team is growing every month. You have more and more people showing up to your events. It's an exciting phase in your business that, once again, most people never get to. You can also go in this phase and go out of this phase. You can lose the momentum, but we'll talk about that a different day. And the last phase of your business is what you really want to get to. And this is called the maturity stage of your business. And this is where your business really doesn't need you anymore. And I shouldn't say anymore, but it doesn't rely 100% on you. You can take a week off or a couple weeks off, and it's not going to affect much because you have other leaders who are taking ownership of their own teams. And it takes a while to get to maturity level. I've known people that it took them 15, 20 years to get there. I've known people that took them 3, 4, 5 years to get there. It's going to be different. Everyone's on a different journey. But what does a mature team really look like? You basically have between 5 and 10 all-in people somewhere on your team that, whether you personally sponsor them or not, doesn't matter. 5 or 10 people scattered in different legs in your team who are taking 100% ownership of their business. They're doing their own training. They're doing their own mentoring with their people like Landy, people like Kaylee, people like Michelle, people like Melvin, people who are just really getting after it and being the CEO of their own business. You get about 5, 10, 15 people like that spread throughout your organization. That is a very mature, that's a very long-term sustainable business. But guess what? It's not easy to get there. It takes time, it takes a lot of hard work, and you have to go through all these stages. And it's important to know that up front. That's going to make your life a whole lot easier when you do that. I just want to, there we go. Good. All right. So let's get into momentum. And I don't like to read slides. This is just kind of my baseline. You can read the slide as I go through these. I'm going to just talk about it in my own words. Momentum. First, we'll talk about it outside of the industry. I want you to think of yourself. You're driving with your best friend in a car. You're pulling up. You're at the bottom of a big mountain, and you've so me and Landy are cruising in a convertible Mercedes or AMG, whatever, and we run out of gas at the bottom of the mountain. We look at each other like, oh crap, we got to push this thing up this hill to get to the other side of the hill because the gas station's on the other side of the mountain. So what happens? Well, one of you starts to push, and it's really, really, really difficult because the car is heavy and you're going uphill. But guess what? Someone else pulls over and they join in and they help you start pushing. And before you know it, after a while, you get to the top of the hill and there's a flat spot. And you can probably all relate, when you're pushing a car on a flat spot, it's a lot easier to push than when you're pushing a car up a mountain. I think everyone would agree with that. So you're on that flat spot. Things are starting to get smoother, a lot easier to push the car. And then what happens? You start to hit that downward point. So now you're going to go down the other side of the mountain. And what happens when that happens? Well, the people who are pushing can jump in the car and you're going to just pick up speed naturally and you can coast all the way to the gas station because you have momentum working in your favor. You're going downhill and you're coming to the gas station. Well, that's really, in a nutshell, what momentum is in the real world and in this industry. And here's what I've found from personal experience. Success here in Innovate in any company is about a lot of people doing a little bit. All right. Most people are not all in. That's okay. Most people have a life, a lot of responsibilities. They have a different goal with the business. About 5% of your team, this is just my own personal experience. Your experience might vary differently, but about 1 out of 20 people who join as a business builder, they're gonna be actively building a business. It does not mean they're 100% all in committed, but they're doing something every day to grow their business. And typically, about 1 out of every 100 people who join want to do this as a career. They're all in. They're 100% go. And it may be even a little bit smaller than 1%. But you're not just looking for 1%ers. You're looking for the customers, the 5%ers, the 20%ers, and the 1%ers. And momentum just requires a lot of patience, consistency, persistence. And I'm going to teach you in a minute how to get momentum. That's the most important part of this training, but I am trying to just paint the picture. So we already covered the 4 stages. Momentum is when your business takes on a life of its own. It's when you say, you know what, I'm going to work for an hour today, then I'm going to go for a jog, take a nap, and you fall asleep for the night and you wake up the next day and 6 new people joined your team overnight and you're like, holy crap, I didn't even do that. Where'd they come from? That's what momentum starts to look like in your business. People are joining without your direct involvement. Leaders and potential leaders are starting to show up. What's a leader? Someone who does what they say they're going to do, someone who stays plugged in, someone who's coachable, someone who's consistent in their business. Pretty simple. Your income starts to grow each month, and not just from your personal production. Your teams, your webinars, they're growing in size every week. People are pumped up. There's recognition, there's success stories, there's excitement. And as I mentioned earlier, most people, they don't make it to this momentum phase because they give up when the excitement fades. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to make that mistake. So how do you create momentum? Well, there's good news and there's bad news. The good news is that it's very simple and it's very easy to do if you want to do it. The bad news is it's very simple not to do. It's very easy not to do if you decide not to do it. And only you can choose. Now, this was the hardest thing for me today when I was creating this training, identifying the specific tasks that you can actually do to create momentum. And I initially had like 100 things, and then I went through that list for about an hour, and I said, you know what, that doesn't really do it. That doesn't really do it. So I whittled it down to about 4 things that you can do, and we're going to go into each of these. We're going to do a dive bomb into each of these, and every time I've ever created momentum over the past 20 years, every leader I've ever met in any company who created momentum in their team, they did these 4 things. Now, they might have called them something different, but they did these 4 activities, and we're going to get into it. So the first thing you should do if you really want to get serious about business, you have to increase your activity. Now, this is for most people have heard this. They say, yeah, I talk to more people, I'll sign up more people. And guess what? That is the truth. But it's easy to do. It's easy not to do. And it can become uncomfortable getting rejection, having people not return your call, or having people not show up to your meeting. So a lot of people stop doing it. But what I want you to understand is this business, it is a numbers game. It's also a game of skill and strategy, yes. But you have to go through the numbers, even if you have skills and strategy, because not everyone's going to join. Not everyone who does join is going to build. Not everyone who orders is going to keep ordering. You're just turning over rocks and you're letting the numbers work in your favor. So what I want you to do for about 2 weeks, at least 1 week, but 2 weeks, I want you just to keep track of these 4 things. How many contacts did you make? How many presentations did you make? How many follow-ups did you make? And how many enrollments did that lead to? And the reason you want to do this is now you're going to know what your conversion rate is. This is where everything starts in this business, is knowing your conversion rate. Now, if you sell cars for a living, you have a conversion rate. Maybe you need to talk to 5 people who come on the lot to sell 1 car. Maybe that's your conversion rate. If you're a realtor, maybe you have to have 3 different clients sign a contract with you to buy a home to have one of them that actually does. Every business has a conversion rate. Every person in our team has a conversion rate. Now, the conversion rate is going to vary based upon a few things: your skill, big one, and the quality of the people that you're talking to. And your follow-up process, which really goes under skill. But those are the things that are going to dictate it. Now, once you know your conversion rate, so let's say my name is Mike, and I'm brand new to the industry and I don't have a lot of experience. So I have to talk to 20 people to find one person who wants to do this as a business. And when I say talk to, I don't mean you have to call them on the phone. It could be people that you communicate with online. It could be through any form that you feel comfortable doing. But let's just say I'm new. I don't have the skills. I don't really have the confidence. And I have to talk with 20 people to find one. Well, guess what? If I know that ratio, now I have the world at my fingertips, because all I have to do is determine how many people do I want to sign up and multiply that by 20. And I know that in most cases, I'm going to get the result I want because I worked my conversion rate. So this is just a simple example. Let's say that I'll use Melvin. I'm just going to use random names, but let's say Melvin is currently talking to 2 people a day, and as a result of that, he's signing up 2 people a month. Not bad. 2 people a day takes about 5 minutes. Signing up 2 people a month, that's pretty good. But what if Melvin just took that formula and he said, you know what? If I want to sign up 10 people a month, all I have to do is talk to 10 prospects a day instead of 2 prospects a day. If I want to sign up 20 people a month, all I have to do is talk with 20 prospects a day rather than 2 a day. So by 5xing or 10xing his activity, there's a lot of people joining his team or their team. And nothing changes in this formula except your activity level. And here's the cold, hard truth. Most of us, including myself, many times, we talk to nowhere near the amount of people that we need to. Most people talk to 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 people a month and wonder why their business isn't growing. Well, in any business, if you're talking to that small of a pool of people, your business is not going to grow. If you're selling cars and you're talking to 4 people a month, you're going to be jobless within the end of the first month, because you're not going through the numbers, you're not working your conversion rate. So more activity equals more presentations, equals more follow-ups, equals more enrollments, equals more momentum. And ask yourself this question every day before I go to bed. Am I talking to enough people? Or a better question is, how many people did I talk to today about the products of the business? And like I said, it's easy to do. It's easy not to do. Most people are not going to do this, but the people who do this are going to see a very good result. So number 2, we have in our industry what everybody calls the 90-day blitz, the 90-day game plan. I believe in today's attention deficit society that we have, people have a hard time staying focused for 90 days. So I kind of changed this to 30 days. I think 30 days of being 100% focused in your business can produce some amazing things. No, you're not going to be a millionaire at the end of 30 days, but you can start to see momentum and growth, significant momentum and growth in your business, even in as little as 30 days, if you 5x or 10x your activity. So I've always told people in the past, it's not about how many hours a day you work your business. Someone who works 20 minutes a day can outperform someone who works 8 hours a day if they're doing the right activities. So the right activities: prospecting, following up, presentations, enrolling customers, recruiting distributors, helping new people get started. That's basically what we get paid to do. So for 30 days, this is what I would encourage you to do. 5x or 10x your current level of activity just for 30 days. And when I say 30 days, you can take the weekends off, Monday through Friday, for 30 days. I want you to 5x or 10x your activity levels. Ideally, if possible, you want to find 1 or 2 team members to do this with. Maybe you already have a big team. Maybe you can find 30 or 40 people to do this with. Maybe you don't have a team at all and it's just you. That's okay. But try to find at least 1 person to do this with you. And the more, the merrier. And what do? You are plugged in with each other. You're encouraging each other. You're sharing your results. You're celebrating your wins. You're talking about your losses and your mistakes. And you're just being like an accountability partner. And here's what's cool is momentum is contagious. And what do I mean by this? When 2 people are working together, kind of like when a husband and wife are working together, they're unstoppable. When they're working against each other, it doesn't work. But when they're working together, they become even more powerful as a unit. Same thing in this business. You get 2 or 3 people locked arms working together, they're way more powerful than the 3 individual people working by themselves. So momentum is contagious. Work that as much as you can. So your goal in 30 days, this is your goal: recruit 10 people to find 2 people who want to do their own 30-day blitz next month. How do you recruit 10 people, Chuck? I already showed you in the previous slide. Track your conversion rate for 1 week. Let's say you're horrible at this and you have to talk to 30 people to sign 1 up. Okay? To sign 10 people, then you have to talk to 300 people. Sounds like a lot. If you divide that by 30, that's still only 10 people a day to sign up 10 people a month. So figure out your conversion rate. Figure out what you need to do to get 10 new people in the next 30 days. Folks, this is hardcore training. I know not everybody's going to do this, but if you really want to get your business off the ground, you got to do this at least once. to get some momentum going in your team so you have some people to work with. So you have some excitement in your business that you can leverage. Momentum comes from duplication, not one superstar. So it's not about you recruiting 100 people in a month. I would rather see you recruit 10 people and help 9 team members each recruit 10 people than you go out and recruit 100 people, because that's going to create a lot more excitement. That's going to create a lot more energy. And 30 focus days can change your business. If you want to do it for longer, you can, but you do it for 30 days the first time yourself, then you start helping any of your new team members who want to do this, help them do this for 30 days, and you do it with them. Number 3, contests and challenges. Now, if you want to create momentum, you kind of have to step into a leadership role. What does a leadership role mean? It just means you take ownership of your business. It means, yes, you leverage the coaches. Yes, you leverage all the training that is available, but you say, you know what? I'm going to be the leader of my own little team as well. Yeah, I'm part of another team, and I'm a great member of that team, but I also want to lead my own little team. So what do? You start having little contests and challenges within your own team. Now, maybe your upline is having a contest or challenge and you can plug into that for you. That's great. But you also want to do one for your own little team, something that gets people excited. Now, the biggest secret with a contest or a challenge is you got to have something for the average person. You don't want to have a contest where only the top recruiter is going to win. You want to have something that inspires everyone to at least do a little bit more than they normally do. Now, some people are going to do a lot, and there's nothing you can say or do that's going to keep them from doing a lot. But what you want to do is you want to appeal to a lot of people who do a little bit or almost nothing, and just get them to do 1 or 2% more than they normally do. Simple terms, if you had 100 people and you just got everybody to sign up one person, your team would double in 1 month. Think about that, how much excitement and growth and momentum you'd have. Some simple ideas that you can have, enroll 1 new customer this month, recruit 1 new associate, contact 5 people a day for 30 days, complete 10 follow-ups a week, attend all team meetings in a week, post daily on social media. All of these are things that anyone can do. It doesn't mean they will do it, but it's the things that they could do if they choose to. And small improvements across a large team produces big results. So here's an example. Let's say you have a team contest and you have 100 people on your team right now. Actually, let's just make this 10. You have a team of 10 people. What if you could get 4 of those 10 people each just to sign up 1 person, and you could get 2 of those people to each sign up a customer? Well, now you'd have 6 new people with a team of 10. Your team almost doubled in size in 1 month because you got a lot of people just to do a little bit. Now, if you have a team of hundreds or thousands, you already have an even bigger advantage because your small number of people is a pretty good size number of people. Recognition beats expensive prizes. People just want to be recognized. You don't have to go spend hundreds of dollars on gifts. Give them a certificate, a handwritten note, a book. Give them a shout out on Facebook. Do a Facebook Live in their honor. Do a photo of them. Do recognize them in one of our meetings. Anything. Babies cry for it. Grown adults die for it. People want to be recognized. They want to be appreciated. And remember this, key takeaway from this slide: more activity, more conversations, more enrollments, more money. That's how this business works. The last thing, number 4, and Landy, give me a thumbs down if I'm going over on time. I think I'm okay, but I'm almost done. The last one is to leverage events. Now, we really are an event-driven business, and the beauty of the internet age is we don't have to travel all over all the time. It is fun to get away and go to big events, big corporate events, and see people and rub elbows together. But it's also cool that you can be in your jammies at home and plug into training on a Zoom or on a webinar. And I truly believe the more team members you can get to attend events, the faster your business will grow. And the reason you really want to get people to events, it builds their belief, it builds their conviction. They get social proof that the business is working. It keeps them excited. We are a isolated industry. What I mean by that is most of us are building our business all by ourselves in the comfort of our own home, which makes it important to rub elbows, to be together every week. It's kind of like church. People go to church every week because they need to be plugged in. They need to be around other people who believe what they believe. No different in this business. You got to rub elbows with people who are shaking and baking, who are getting after it to help build up your belief. Because even someone who's successful, they have times where their belief wavers. They have time where they struggle, and maybe they need the meeting more than the meeting needs them. You just never know. At these meetings, at these events, it's going to train and motivate your people. People are going to get recognized. They're going to be engaged. They're going to be connected. They're going to be committed. So spend a lot of time promoting events to your team. Doesn't mean everyone's going to go. That's okay, but make sure they know about it though. Make sure that they're invited, and you tell them that you'd like them to be there, or you look forward to seeing them there, and let them know where the link is or where the location is that they can plug in. And more people at events equals more momentum in your business. And Jeff, Jordan Adler, one of my favorite people in the industry, he used to say, for every seat that he had filled at an event with someone on his team, there would be 100 new team members on his team the following year because of that one person at a big event. And that's because people make decisions at events. People build their belief at events. That's when they get their conviction in the business. And you don't know which event it's going to be. It might be a little Zoom like this. It might be a live event that corporate did. It might be, heck, it might be a three-way call you did with someone where you spoke belief. You don't know, but you want people at events. So this is your action plan. This is the one you want to take a picture of. It's not a pretty slide, but this is like a little summary of what we've kind of talked about. The first thing you got to do, don't just start a 30-day challenge tomorrow. For the next 7 days, just track your results. I want you to keep track of how many people did I approach? How many people did that lead to them taking a look? Did they watch a video? Did I have a conversation with them? Did they want a sample? What have you? How many people did you follow up with? And how many people actually joined? Just do that for a week. And you really got to go through at least 20 people to kind of figure out what your ratio is going to be. So don't just do this with 2 or 3 people. Make it a goal for the next week. Have a conversation with at least 20 people, and then track your results in those categories. And then if you want to do a 30-day challenge starting at the end of that week, or maybe you have a week in between before you start, that's fine. So you can process and prepare and get ready. That's fine too. But when that's done, you want to start your 30-day challenge. And you ideally want to have as many people on your team do it with you as you can. But if it's just you don't have a team yet, just start with you and say, you know what, I'm going to do a 30-day challenge with my business. I'm going to get some momentum going in my business. And then what you do during that 30 days, you increase your activity by 5 to 10 times, like we talked. And by all means, take the weekends off. No one needs to work 7 days a week, but Monday through Friday, just like you go to your job, work your business Monday through Friday, 5 days a week, 5x, 10x your activity. Keep tracking your results. This is where the magic happens, because as you do this more, your ratio is going to get smaller. It's going to get better, and you're going to close more people, a better percentage than you did when you first started and you didn't know what you were doing. You want to lead or participate in a team contest, so reach out to your coach or your sponsor, say, hey, what kind of contest you got going on? Join their contest. And then if you have anyone on your team, even one person, have a little contest for your team member that they can participate in. It doesn't have to cost you a penny, just something that can get them excited. And then what you want to do is you want to stay plugged in to the team and company events during this 30 days. And you want to encourage people to do this with you. And this is your goal. This last thing right here is you want to sign up about 10 to 20 people in 1 month. You're not doing this every month. This is a 1 month, one-time thing where you're getting some momentum going in your business. And if you're 5xing and 10xing your activity, 10 is very doable. Sounds like a lot, but if you're talking to 15, 20 people a day, that's 4, 5, 600 people a month. Something's going to happen from that, I can assure you. And you want to create that excitement and momentum in your business so that starting in the next month, you now got some people you can work with that you can walk them through this same process. So in conclusion, I know we covered a lot, but momentum is the third stage of your business. Most people never get here because they give up too soon. It's built by being consistent. It's built by doing these 4 things: 5x, 10x in your activity, doing a 30-day blitz, running your contests and challenges, leveraging the events. And most importantly, you're leading by example, and you're showing people what needs to be done by what you do, not just by what you say. So with that, that takes us to our book of the month. I picked Beach Money as the book of the month. This is one of my favorite books. This guy, he was in network marketing. He was in like 11 companies over his first 10 years in the industry. Never signed up one person in his first 11 years. He's since made over $40 million now in the industry. One of my favorite success stories in the whole industry, because he was horrible for so long in the industry until he finally got good. Pretty amazing. So with that, I'm going to turn it back over to Landy Martin, International Director. She can share her thoughts, closing thoughts, wrap this meeting up. Go ahead, Landy.
I am loving these slides. That's so cool. Um, Chuck, I'm just so thankful to the Lord that He crossed our paths 8 years ago, because you are such a gift and such a blessing to this team. And that was just such a phenomenal training. And you have so much wisdom, and I'm just very grateful that you pass that on to us once a month. So thank you. Guys, I loved how you talked about the stages of building because that's what we got to do is we got to be aware of what we're kind of, I hate to say it, but up against. You know, there are stages, and if you quit anywhere along the way, you're definitely not going to get there. Okay. So you gotta, what can you do every day to keep that needle moving? Some days you're going to do a little more than others, but you've got to keep that needle moving in the right direction if you want to get up that hill and over that hill, right? So, like Chuck said, find a way to keep yourself accountable. Maybe that's partnering up with somebody on your team. Um, just, make up in numbers what you lack in skill, right? When you start out, you're not going to be as skilled as somebody that's been here as long. But if you keep showing up and you keep working on it and you just talk to more people, you can get the same result as somebody that talks to less people if you just talk to more people, right? So make up in numbers what you lack in skill and get to events. We just had the most incredible team event, and I talked to everybody there, and I'm just like, one person, get one person to our next event, and this table would be twice the size, right? Because you can take 10 people and double it if everybody just brings one. And that's what can happen in your business. So, congrats for showing up. And that's really all I have, you guys. I hope you have a blessed rest of your night. Thank you. And thank you, Dr. Ivy. We love you. Thank you for being on.
Lindy and Chuck, you guys are the best, and just love being a part of your team and working with you. And Chuck, you always asking me to give a shout out. You didn't do it this time, so I'll do it anyway. And that shout out to Kaylee and Wendy. Those are two ladies that I'm constantly just
Woo.
seeing their name on a daily basis, enrolling people. So just keep up the great job. And Chuck, I don't know what else to say about you. It's all said for itself. But thank you.
Thank you, Mal. You're amazing. All right, you guys. Next month we will be here, same time, same place, right? It's hard to believe it's going to be August. Oh my gosh, you guys. And then tomorrow night, Coach's Corner update. We're going to talk a little bit more about lifestyle and stuff tomorrow night. So, love you guys. Take care. Peace out.